Hello everyone, welcome to my videos. Today we have to start now in the ninth standard social science in the second semester part. Okay, let me see that the chapter third in the second semester. The lesson name is the Europe in the Middle Age. So in this chapter, which are the important questions? 1 marks, 3 marks, and then 4 marks. So let me see them. Okay, first of all, we have to see there, fill in the blanks in the suitable words in this chapter. Okay, that first question, the cultural bankruptcy of Europe is called dash. ಸೊ ಅಂದರೆ ದ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಪ್ಸಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದಿವಾಳಿತನ ಯುರೋಪ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಯಿತು ಅದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ದ ಕಲ್ಚರಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ರಪ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಯುರೋಪ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಏಜ್. ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಏಜ್ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್, ದ ಓನರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್. The owner of the land was called that is the noble ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು. The person who maintained the land was called, a person who maintained the land is called that is the vassals ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು. The weak person who was responsible for the maintenance of the land was called, one who the weak person, he has to take on the responsibility for the maintenance of the land is called, that is the laborers. Laborer ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು. So these are all fill in the blanks. It is to be very important in this chapter. Okay, then next we have to see the 2-3 marks questions in this chapter. Okay, the first one question. So what is feudal system? ಸೊ ಫೆಡಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಉಳಿಗಮಾನ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಉಳಿಗಮಾನ್ಯ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಫೆಡಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೆಡಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ದ ಫೆಡಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್, ಮಿಲಿಟರಿ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಿಡಲ್ ಏಜ್, ದ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ fee and on the result relation between the lord and the vassal. So the feudal system means it has to be seeing in that the age of middle age alli it is the political, military and the social system iveradu kuda enantandre it has to be changes we have to see in this middle age. So at that period it is the based on the holding of the land. ಸೊ ಭೂಮಿ ಯಾರ ಸ್ವಾಯತ್ತತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ದಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ದ ಫೀಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್, ಇವರ ನಡುವೆ ದಟ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫೆಡಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫೆಡಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಉಳಿಗಮಾನ್ಯ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯ ಅನುಕೂಲಗಳೇನು, ಅನಾನುಕೂಲಗಳು ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣಂತೆ. And then first we have to discuss about the advantages. Okay, look at this chart. At the first one advantage, simplicity and the tailor-made administrative system is the main contribution. And then second one, the human protection was guaranteed and the ruling party could not become the autocratic as they were depend on the vassals for the military services. There was notable progress in the economic system. Man became aware of these duties of the fundamental rights. And then sixth one point, savagery of these barbaric communities was controlled in this system. The England, France, Germany, he has to encourage this the literature. The rules and regulations were created, and it has to be noble to the protect women, to the weak, and the Christian, the religion. So these are all points for the advantages of federal system. Okay, what we have to seeing there the disadvantage. A class of aristocracy came into that being. The argument and the disargument became among the aristocrat, the nobles, and then vassals. Sometimes these nobles they started competing with the lord and the kings, may became the tiles and posed the thread at their own religion unity. Judicial system became weak and there was no rule of the law. The church and the state were the loggerants or quarrels ಅಂದರೆ ಜಗಳ ಆಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So these are all were the main advantage and then disadvantage of this federal system. And then next we have to see there, so what was the effect of this federal system? So this is also one of the most important now. So what was that effect we have to see in the federal system? They had absolute control over the military, hence the both political and economic power were the concentrated in the place. So at that places he has the political and then economical power, it has to be concentrated in the place and had absolute control all over the military. And the second point, the federal landlord hold the depend on the vassals for the military human person. They restricted the exploitations of these classes. So this is also one of the disadvantages. The power of barbarian was brought under the control. That barbarian he has to power to control under the people. The human being realized their rights and duties under the system. So at that human being he has to realize them to that the roots and the rights under the system. The England, France, Germany to encourage to creative output in the literature, and then the federal to the slowly nurtured the emergencies of the cities, they became the center of the trade and the arty crafts. So these are all were the disadvantage of, so disadvantage effect of this federal system. So this is also one of the most important questions in this chapter. The first of all you have to remind now. So what is federal system? What was this advantage and what was this disadvantage? So again, what was the effect of this federal system? So these are all types of these questions you have to know though. You have to get for this 2, 3, 3. Orally 8 marks you have already available in your pocket. Got it? Yes. So this is the very important questions in this the Middle Age in the Europe chapter. And then next we have to discuss about the next chapter, the modern Europe. Okay, in this chapter we have to see the Renaissance. So Renaissance means ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಪುನಃ ರೆನೆಸಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪುನರುಜ್ಜೀವನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ರೆನೆಸಾನ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರಿಬರ್ತ್, ಮರುಹುಟ್ಟು, ಪುನರುಜ್ಜೀವನದ ಹುಟ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ರೆನೆಸಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಫಾದರ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆನೆಸಾನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪೆಟ್ರಾರ್ಚ್ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಫಾದರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೆನೆಸಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾರ್ಟಿನ್ ಲೂಥರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್, ಸೊ ಮಾರ್ಟಿನ್ ಲೂಥರ್ನ ಅನುಯಾಯಿಗಳನ್ನು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್. The leader of the counter-reformation movement is, the leader of this counter-reformation ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಲೀಡರನ್ನು ದ ಇಗ್ನೇಷಿಯಸ್ ಲೋಯಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಒನ್, ದ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಜೆನ್ನಿ ಮೆಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಗ್ರೇವ್ಸ್. ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಜೆನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಈ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ನೇಯುವೆ ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಜೆನ್ನಿ ಮಿಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಇನ್ವೆಂಟರ್ ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಗ್ರೇವ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವರ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಭೌಗೋಳಿಕ ಅನ್ವೇಷಣೆ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ಕಾರಣಗಳು ಏನೇನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜಿಯೋಗ್ರಫಿಕಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರೇಷನ್? ಓಕೆ, ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದ ಟೂರ್ಕ್ಸ್ conquered the city of Constantinople in the 1453 AD, the Europeans faced the inevitability of finding a new sea route to India. So when the Turks has to occupy the place of Constantinople in the year the 1453 AD, at that time, Europeans has to search for these new areas to sea route. So this is also one of the reason for a geographical exploration. And the second one, Spain, Portugal were ambitious of competitions with the Arabs in the sea trade. So Port and in Spain, it has to search for this new sea route to trading on this Arab. And the next one, to discover a new countries, open the possibility spreading their Christianity. So and then some others country people, he has to search for them to spreading the new Christianity. The European, the curiosity was roused by this adventure nature of the sea voyage towards the eastern countries. And then European, he has to curiosity about the adventure natures for the sea voyage. So voyage ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ to travel for the ship, to journey for the ship ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಯಾವ ಸೈಡು, ದ ಈಸ್ಟರ್ನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರು. ಸೊ ಮಾರಿನಸ್ ಕಾಂಪಾಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಅಸ್ಟ್ರೋಲ್ಯಾಬ್ equipment were the helpful to the sailor. So when that Europeans he has to travel for this new sea route, he has to use their compassಗಳನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ were to be available to the sailors. The Europeans believed that the China was a fertile place to make a profit. So Europeans he has to believe that China it has to suitable fertile place for this to earn the profit ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಂಡಿಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋದರು. So this is also one of that very important questions. And the next we have to see there the color painting of Leonardo da Vinci. So which are the watercolor painting of Leonardo da Vinci? It has to be very important now to the asking for this 1 or 2 marks question. So Leonardo da Vinci paintings are the Supper and the Mona Lisa. So one of the painting that is the Last Supper, and the next one the Mona Lisa, and the next one Slavata Mundi, and then Vitruvian Man. So in this 4 painting, it has to painting on the Leonardo da Vinci. And the next one, the Lady with 4 wraps. So this is also one of the painting of Leonardo da Vinci. And next, another one important question that describe the effect of industrial revolution. So what was the effect to that industrial revolution? ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಯ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ಏನಾಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣಂತೆ. The first one, due to the innumerable changes in the industries, demands for machine grew. So at that moment, he has to innumerable changes we have to see in their industries. ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಪ್ರಗತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಟು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮೆಷಿನ್ ಗ್ರೂ, ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಮೆಷಿನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ, ಗ್ರೋ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ನಾವು. ಮೆನಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಟುಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಅಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದೇ ಟು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೋ ದಮ್. ನ್ಯೂ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರೀಸ್ ವರ್ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ಡ್. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಮಿಷಿನ್ಗಳ ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನಿಂದ ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರೀಸ್ಗಳು ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ ನಾವು. ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಲೋ ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ದ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ದ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಲೋ ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ that products it has to be available now. That cottage industries could not compete with the gained factories and thus they collapse. So cotton factories kodu, cotton industries kodu ಹೊಸ ಹೊಸ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಥ ಮಿಷಿನ್ಗಳ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಕಾಂಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗದೆ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕೊಲಾಪ್ಸ್, ನಾವು ಮುಚ್ಚಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತು. So these are all were the effect of industrial revolution. And then next we have to see there one of this another one concept in the political science, the last chapter in this today's class, the judicial system. So judicial system. Yeah, look at that answers also. The Supreme Court of India came into existence in the Supreme Court to ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ the January 28, the 1950. At that year our Supreme Court has to came into the existence now. The requirement age of the High Court judge is retirement. ದ ರಿಟೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 62ನೇ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ನೌ. ದ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಆರ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ. ಸೊ ದ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಗಳು ಯಾರಿಂದ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೌ. ದ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್, it is to the revenue secretary, he has to head of this revenue tax board. The Lok Sabha came into existence in the year the 1985. So these are all were that one of the one most important questions to be there. And the next 3 to 4 marks question. Explain the functions of the Supreme Court. So we have to see there in the some other functions to be there. The original power, appellate power, advisory power. So original power we have to see the resolving the dispute between the union and the state, between the states, safeguarding the fundamental rights of the citizen, interpreting the provisions of the constitution and the passing on these rights. And then appellate power, the citizen may file case in the Supreme Court against the judgment given in the lower court. Advisory power, the Supreme Court may advise the President once seek its opinion on the important public issues. The President may consult the Supreme Court for advice. So that Supreme Court serve as the court of the records. The chief advisor of the center and the state has to the power issues to the special rights. It has to be the functions and power of the Supreme Court. And then next, the name of the subordinate courts. So look at that. We have to see there to the subordinate court. Under it has to be restricted by the district's court. Okay, that first one, the court of subordinate judge, the court of additional subordinate judge, the court of munsifs, the court of additional, the munsif. In these four types, we have to see there the subordinate courts under it has to that the civil code. The next important question, write a note on the criminal code. So criminal code ಬಗ್ಗೆ some few lines ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. The criminal code came into existence on the April 1st, the 1974. They are also known as district magistrate court. They function under the high court, and then highest criminal court at the district level is in a sessions court. The district judge perform the functions of a judge of the court too. At the last one, the court takes up crimes like murder, robbery, dacoities, etc. So this is all were the short note on the criminal code. Okay, thank you for watching this video. So these are all important questions in this 3 chapters. In my next class, I will explain about the next 3 chapters also. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.